Hello everybody! On a market filled with great smartphones, there are only a few out there that qualify to be super smartphones. I'm talking about the Apple iPhone5, the Samsung Galaxy S4, the HTC One, and now the LG G2. The new LG G2 is the successor of the LG Optimus G. At the time SGS4 was launched, Optimus G was LG's response with something like SGS3 specs. I dare say the G2 now is like an updated version of the Samsung Galaxy S4, and I'm talking about stuff like display, CPU, graphics, and overall build quality. Let's take a closer look at the phone specs and body. First of all, this is a super slim, sleek and beautiful piece to hold in your hand, although it's only plastic and glass, Gorilla Glass free to be precise. This allows for a lightweight device, 140 grams, and makes it possible for LG to produce the device on a large scale without assembly hiccups like HTC had with the aluminium and glass one. It doesn't feel as premium, and the glossy surface will never stay shiny unless you'll use it with microfiber gloves. Like this. In real life you'll get a lot of smudge and fingerprints all over. When polished, the phone shows an interesting texture underneath. It's like black silk in there or something deep blue. So, a nice sheet of glass on the front with the LG logo on the bottom, the speaker on the top side, the front camera and proximity sensors. The infrared blaster is on the top here and works just fine. We'll talk about that later. Nothing on the sides, and that's something interesting to see. You'll get nothing on the right side, and on the left side you'll only get the micro SIM slot. And okay, where's the standby power on button and the volume rocker? And that's what you'll find on the back. They are easy to use and easy to get used to. No more accidentally pushing it like on the S4. I found myself a lot of times doing this accidentally in my pocket. So, standby button, volume rocker, 30 megapixel camera with a LED flash. More on the camera later. It supports Full HD recording and also autofocus. On the bottom side, the micro USB and headphone jack and the stereo speaker. A pretty powerful one, but nothing like the boom sound on the HTC One, to be honest. Let's release the beast. The display is the main attraction of this zoo in here. The 5.2-inch display. The largest display on a mainstream super smartphone if you don't count the Note 2 and Mega devices from Samsung. True HD Plus IPS display to be precise, in 1920 by 1080 pixels resolution. That's more than 40% more than Retina pixel density 424 ppi. Excellent contrast, very bright and good colors too. Sometimes it looks a little too white. The Super AMOLED on the S4 delivers better black levels, naturally, because of the Super AMOLED, and the HTC One, for my taste, stands one of the best displays out there, but out of these three, the G2 will perform best in direct sunlight. I strongly believe LG made the smartphone to beat the Samsung Galaxy S4, and this shows when you take a look at the specs. For example, the CPU, we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 800. It's a quad-core that sports 2.3 gig with a massive 2 GB of RAM. Put this next to the S4 that is only on Snapdragon 600 on 1.7 gig. The GPU is also better. The Adreno 330 promises exceptional gameplay and overall video quality. I don't appreciate what they did with the storage. Only 32 GB, that's 26 GB to be precise in real life, and you don't get a micro SD slot, and that means you'll be out looking for cloud storage if you take a lot of photos and videos, and for that LG has integrated support for cloud services like Dropbox and Google Drive. Wireless connectivity on this one means you'll get all bands worldwide from GSM to 3G, CDMA and LTE. That stands for high download speeds up to 100 megabits. NFC, Bluetooth 4.0 are all on board. As you would expect, you'll get an accelerometer, compass and gyro, of course. The infrared blaster I told you works with almost everything, from STBs to TVs, audio, DVRs, Blu-rays and so on. Finally, for the battery, you won't be able to pull it out and change it, but you'll get something like 2610 milliamps, that being only 10 more milliamps than the S4. Ha ha ha. The flavor of Android on this one is Android 4.2.2, but will most certainly get an updated Android to 4.3. You can check it out in here. The phone name is G2 and also the software information. In terms of software and functions, LG put a lot on the new G2. For example, you might be curious to know how did I connect this one with the Samsung dongle in there to a Philips TV. For that, you'll have to check my YouTube channel for more videos. See you next time.